Ever notice how you can remember the exact taste of those rectangle pizza slices from elementary school, but you can't recall the last name of the kid you sat next to every single day for 2 years? That's the weird lottery of memory for you. You're scrolling through your phone right now, hundreds of contacts deep, and maybe 1 or 2 names trigger something from way back when. The rest might as well be characters from a dream you half remember. It's like your brain decided some faces were worth keeping in high definition while others got permanently pixelated. Now imagine you're that 8-year-old again, running around at recess with your crew. You'd swear on everything that these people would be in your life forever. You made promises, silly ones, about staying friends until you were old and gray. But here's the thing nobody tells you. When you're that young, life doesn't really care about pinky swears. How does an entire group of people who knew everything about you just vanish into the noise of adulthood? It's not like there was some dramatic falling out or betrayal. You just stopped existing in each other's worlds, quietly, without ceremony. The mechanics of childhood friendship are fascinating when you think about it. Proximity was the main ingredient. You were friends because you shared the same hallway, the same bus route, the same after-school cartoon schedule. Remove that daily collision of existence, and the whole thing just dissolves like sugar and water. Picture this. You pass someone on the street tomorrow who used to know your middle name, your favorite color, which stuffed animal you brought to show and tell. But now, you're both just strangers with the same hometown. Not even a flicker of recognition would pass between you. The real kicker is that your younger self would be devastated by this information. That version of you genuinely believed friendship was this permanent, unbreakable thing. Every inside joke felt eternal. Every secret shared seemed like it was being carved into stone. But fast forward a couple decades, and those bonds turned out to be written in disappearing ink. The names fade first, then the faces get fuzzy, and eventually all you're left with is this vague sense that you used to belong to something warm and uncomplicated. Here's what's actually happening behind the scenes of your nostalgia. Your brain is reconstructing memories based on emotional highlights, not accurate data. You remember the feeling of friendship more than the actual friends. It's like remembering the comfort of a blanket without remembering what color it was. Some psychologists call this rosy retrospection, the tendency to remember the past as better than it actually was. Cue the sepia tone montage of you and your childhood squad being absolutely perfect together, conveniently editing out all the petty arguments and weird drama that definitely happened. The impact of this collective forgetting is quietly profound. There are probably dozens of people out there who shaped who you became, taught you how to share, how to resolve conflict, how to laugh at stupid things. And you'll never thank them because you literally cannot remember their names. Before you know it, you're at some reunion event, if you even bother going, staring at name tags, trying to match middle-aged faces to playground memories. The whole thing feels like a bizarre archaeological dig through your own past. Who were these people to you? Who were you to them? Some people embrace this erasure, calling it growth or moving on. Others feel a low-grade guilt about it, like they failed some unspoken loyalty test. Who's right? Maybe both, maybe neither. Memory doesn't follow moral rules. The irony is that back then, everything felt so permanent. School itself seemed eternal. Summer vacations stretched like lifetimes. And your friends? They were going to be there through high school, college, your wedding, everything. Except most of them weren't even there for 9th grade. As you got older, the cycle just repeated with different people. High school friends faded into college, friends who faded into work, friends who might fade into whoever comes next. Each era of your life has its own cast of characters who think they'll be different, permanent, unforgettable. The strategy your brain uses to cope is selective memory consolidation. It keeps the best stories, the peak moments, the embarrassing incidents that make for good dinner party anecdotes. The daily, mundane stuff, including most people's names, gets filed under unnecessary data and eventually deleted. Despite all our social media connectivity and supposed ability to stay in touch, we still lose these people. You could probably find them if you really tried a deep Facebook search, some Instagram stalking, maybe asking that one person who somehow stayed friends with everyone. But would you? Do you even want to? That's the game behind nostalgia. It lets you feel the warmth of those connections without requiring you to maintain them. You get all the emotional benefits of remembering friendship without any of the work of actual friendship. It's like comfort food for your psyche. What's genuinely strange is how innocent it all was back then. No hidden agendas, no networking, no keeping people around because they might be useful later. You were friends because you both liked the same cartoon, or you lived on the same block, or you had the same lunch period. The bar was beautifully, impossibly low. You remember the feeling of being included, of belonging to a specific group that understood specific jokes that wouldn't make sense to anyone else. That feeling was real, even if the people have become ghosts. Sometimes the feeling is all that survives. The adaptation your heart makes is bittersweet acceptance. You learn to treasure the memory while releasing the people. You stop expecting to recognize them in crowds or hoping for random reunions. You make peace with the fact that some chapters close completely. Highlight this present-day persistence. You still occasionally dream about them. Your brain conjures their child faces in random moments, usually when you're tired or stressed. They exist now only as supporting characters in the movie of your memory, frozen at whatever age you last saw them. Some nights you lie awake wondering where they ended up. Did that one kid become a doctor like he said he would? Is that girl who was obsessed with horses now a veterinarian? Or did everyone just become accountants and marketing managers like statistics suggest? You'll probably never know. The ones you do, remember those one or two names that stuck carry the weight of representing everyone else? They become your ambassadors to that entire era of your life. Every conversation with them is like checking in on the whole lost tribe. And here's the final twist. Somewhere out there, someone is trying to remember you too. You're the name on the tip of their tongue, the face they can almost picture. You're someone else's forgotten friend, which means you mattered, even if the evidence of that has mostly evaporated. That's the peculiar archaeology of growing up and growing apart. The past stays warm while the people in it become strangers. But maybe that's okay. Maybe that's just how humans are designed to move through time. We keep the lessons, we keep the feelings, and we let the rest blur into this soft, golden haze called childhood. Just wait, in 20 more years, you'll be doing the same mental exercise about the people you know right now. The cycle continues, always hungry for new memories to eventually half forget. That's nostalgia's strange promise. Everything beautiful becomes a ghost, but at least you got to experience it when it was real.